The New York Knicks just found their ace in the hole. Let's talk about it. My name is Paul, and this is Big Apple Sports. Tune in daily for Knicks and Giants analysis. You don't want to miss out. Take just a quick second, hit the subscribe button. Got a lot more great New York content coming. So, this Knicks team is, I think we all know, they're on the cusp of being a championship caliber team. One area that I feel like cost them against the Pacers last year is their bench. The Pacers bench was so deep, and the Knicks, quite frankly, was not. But they got a guy on the team who, people talked a decent amount in Summer League, and he's been getting a little more hype, and I think he's ready to take this Knicks team to the next level, and that would be guard Tyler Kolek coming into his second season here. Obviously, didn't play a ton his rookie year, averaged 2 points a game over like 7 minutes. Most of the 7 minutes was in garbage time. But he crushed it in Summer League. Like, he had a 25-point game against the Nets. And what I love, too, about him is he's such a good passer. Like, of course, he's a pretty good scorer, but he is, kind of, like, I could see him being like that second unit court general coming in. If you look at his college stats at Marquette, his senior year averaged 15 points a game, nothing too crazy, but almost 8 assists and then 5 rebounds, and he shot nearly 40% from 3, which is pretty solid. Like, I think this dude is, like, I'm not going to come out here and say he can be like Jalen Brunson and Tyler Kolek, the two Knicks stars. Like, no. He's not going to be an all-star. He's not going to be elite, but I think he can be a solid contributor. And the Knicks don't need another star. Like, they already have Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges. And, OG Anunoby's so good, and Josh Hart. Like, they don't need another 20-point-per-game scorer. What they need is depth. Like, you saw when Halliburton needed a break, the Pacers could bring in TJ McConnell, and their offense didn't really miss a beat. And, it was the same thing with the Thunder. Like, they had guys like Alex Caruso coming off the bench who could run the offense without Shea. They put him in with Shea a lot as well. But just like somebody you can count on in that second unit. The Knicks, I believe it says it at the bottom of this article here, they ranked last in the NBA in bench scoring last season. And I know some of that is on Tibbs, Coach Tibbs. He has never been one to really use his bench ever since he was the Bulls head coach, and he did again with the Knicks. Like, he just loves to just pound his starters into the ground, and I think that's ultimately why they chose to move on from him. When you get in the postseason, every team's able to take their game up to another level, and the Knicks have been at that level all season, and if anything, their guys are starting to get a little bit gassed. So I think that's something different we'll expect to see this year is the Knicks are going to be getting more from their bench. They're going to be resting Brunson and Cat and these other guys so that they're fresher come playoff time. And that's where a guy like Tyler Kolek could be huge, because you can't rest these guys and then just get pummeled when they're off the court and stumble your way into the 4 or 5 seed. Because, some of these teams, the Cavs are young, the Magic are young, the Hawks are young, the Pistons are young. Like, some of these East teams, I don't think they're going to be true championship teams, but they're young enough that their guys are going to be going harder in the regular season than some of these veterans do, and they're going to be pushing the Knicks for one of those top 2 seeds. Like, the Knicks are going to want to win in the regular season so that teams have to play at Madison Square Garden in the playoffs, and having a guy like Kolek come in, and like I said, he doesn't need to be a 20-point-per-game scorer, but if he can come out 6 to 8 points, 4 assists, a steal, keep that second unit humming along the way it's supposed to be, distribute, put him in, give Brunson a rest. You can put him in with Cat and Bridges and have him find ways to get the team going in transition. Like, I just think he could have a huge role this year and be really important for this Knicks team. And then same thing with Jordan Clarkson, I think, was a big get this year to improve that bench unit. So I'm really hyped for this bench this year. I think it's like the core of this team, Brunson, Cat, Bridges, Anunoby, Hart, like that is a championship level team, but they didn't have a championship bench. And I think if Kolek can take the next step this year, along with the addition of Jordan Clarkson, and then obviously I don't know, it's possible Josh Hart is in the second unit this year because Mitchell Robinson's going to start, or maybe Robinson will be in the second unit and Hart's going to start. I'm not sure where the Knicks are at with that, but either way, they have some solid pieces on the bench now. This should be a much deeper team this year and much more primed to get over the hump to make it to the championship. And frankly, Knicks fans, this is the year to do it. No Tatum, no Halliburton, like it's Cavs or Knicks in the East. I can't see anybody else making it there. And then, if nothing else for Kolek, he also could be an interesting trade chip. Especially if they can get him minutes early in the season, show off that he is like a promising young guard. I'm sure Knicks fans, you look this up as much as I do, but any article I get about Giannis to the Knicks, I got to read into it. I still think there's a good chance that this happens this year. I'm not super high on the Bucks, and I think as we get into the regular season and the Bucks start to fade towards the play-in tournament while the Knicks are up here with the Cavs fighting for the 1 seed, Giannis isn't going to want to stay in Milwaukee. He is going to want to win a championship. What better place to do that than New York? So I think Giannis is going to push for a trade mid-season, and anybody on the Knicks who's a good young trade chip is big time. So this Sports Illustrated article actually has Tyler Kolek as a part of the trade with Karl Anthony Towns and 2 future first-round picks. And frankly, like this would be a fantastic trade. Like if you can roll up, because obviously it stings to lose Towns, but Giannis is going to be able to more than replace his offensive production while also being an elite rim protector. 2 firsts is not that much, especially because they're going to be last 5 picks of the draft. So you roll out Brunson, Hart, Anunoby, Bridges, Giannis. Nobody's beating that. Finally, the Knicks can get a title. So, like I said, I think it's important. Get Kolek some minutes early. Show off what he's got. Show that he can be a solid, number 2 guard for right now. But maybe, a team like Milwaukee will see his potential. Like, they really need a young guard to build around. So, you never know. But I think Kolek is going to be a big part of this Knicks season, whether it be as their backup guard or as a potential trade piece. So keep an eye on that. And then Knicks fans, just take a quick second, hit the subscribe button on your way out, and then drop me what you think in the comments. Do you think he's going to be a big part of the team? Are you one of these weirdos who wants to see Russell Westbrook or Ben Simmons come to the Knicks? I think Landry Shamet, there's been some talk about him. I wouldn't mind seeing him come back to New York, but I am not team Russ or Simmons. That's just trouble and 2 guys who couldn't shoot to save their lives. So, but if that's you, you be you. I respect you. Let me know in the comments, and then just subscribe on your way out. Don't miss out on all the Knicks and Giants content.